Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nama. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vidita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we move on to Srimad Bhagavatam class, may I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada, Edmonton.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. This is Kamadati Dasi from Baltimore. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Sri Guru Maharaj, and all glories to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Komadiki Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and blessing all of us with your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devidasi from India.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji. Nice to hear your sweet voice. Welcome to the call. Hari Bol. Very happy, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
When will you be coming back? Shyamagauri Mataji.
I will be coming back in January, Mataji.
Enjoy, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Have a good
Hare Krishna,
time.
Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Waiting for your class, Mataji. Hari Bol, welcome.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Delaware.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association every single day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Lila Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Lila Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and chanting so beautifully. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
and Guru Maharaj's my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association and blessing all of us. Welcome to the call. Mataji, can I ask you from how many years you are joining this call? Krishna Kumari Mataji.
I think 2009, me and Syama Gauri Mataji joined.
Hari Bol Mataji. Thank you so much. Bless all of us so that we also can continue like this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who'd like to introduce? Yes,
Please
Mataji.
accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln. Thank you so much, Mataji. You make this so interactive. It is not just our introduction. You speak to each and every one and have a personal connection with them. Jai.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to the assembled Vaishnavas on the call. Vasundhara Devi Dasi from Bangalore, India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vasundhara Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nishta Bhakti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay, we will start the recording and do the introduction then. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 3rd chapter, verse number 12. Before we hand over the call to Prabhu, I request Nishta Bhakti Mataji to take over from here and give a brief introduction about today's speaker. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. So, His Grace Sanatana Dharma Das Prabhuji is a brahmachari from ISKCON Pune. He is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj and has been practicing Krishna consciousness for more than 17 years. Prabhuji has studied B.Tech from NIT Trichy. Prabhuji has worked as a senior manager in Tata Motors Pune. His current services include area management and project development head at areas around Pune. He is a counselor, youth and corporate preacher, congregate preacher, secretary at Voice Organization, and is also a remote mentor for NVCC Pune Temple. Prabhuji knows many languages such as English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu, and Japanese. His degrees include Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, IDC, and Teachers Training Course. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
And thank you so much, Mataji, for that brief introduction. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Prabhuji likes everybody to be on video. If anyone, if everybody is available, you don't have any issue to on the video, then please do on. And I also wanted to welcome Revati Priya Mataji from London. She's always a silent listener. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association from London. Okay, we will chant until Prabhuji joins then. And Mataji, would you like to paste that link of the Bhagavad Gita, Mataji? Link Excel sheet?
Sure, Mataji.
Yeah, so we already announced that we have Gita recital on December 22, that is Friday, early morning, same time. This time only we will be starting on Friday, next Friday. So please do sign up for your slots. everybody gets an opportunity to recite Bhagavad Gita. It's a special on Advent of Gita. So please do join for entire session. If not, if you are signing up for your slot, please be 10 minutes early. Like keep track from YouTube or Zoom. If you are around, just make sure that you are there for your slot. Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे 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 राम
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Ram Ram
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare Ram Ram
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram 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 Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
हरे
Hare Krishna
राम
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
कृष्ण
Rama
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Rama Ram
राम
Ram
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
राम
Hare Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे हरे राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
राम हरे
Hare Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Ram
राम
Ram Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama Ram Ram Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Ram
हरे
Ram Ram
राम हरे हरे हरे
Hare Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare Ram Ram
राम
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Ram Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram Ram Ram
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare Hare Ram Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे हरे
Hare Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna Hare
राम हरे हरे हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram Hare Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
राम हरे हरे हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
हरे राम हरे हरे
Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare
सनातन
Krishna
धर्म
Krishna
प्रभु जी
Krishna Hare Ram
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ऐसा प्रभु जी या Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, verses 7, the canto, 3rd chapter, 12th verse, Prabhu. I now hand over the call to you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I have one prayer from the Lordships which I am about to do, and I have another prayer from all devotees which you all know by now. So please bless me with that request of my heart right away. Meanwhile, I'll go for Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुताः पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I feel very happy to be with all of you. You're all able to hear me and see me clearly. If yes, please turn on your videos and prove it that you're able to hear me clearly and see me clearly. Okay, thank you. Very happy. And well, we have had the Mangalacharan prayers and we are discussing a very, very amazing section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is very amazing. Yes, and every section is very wonderful and it gives us very deep knowledge. So this chapter is very special and the modern day scientists will be very interested to know this chapter. Yes, if you see this chapter, so Bhagavatam is, I was just reading the first canto of Bhagavatam, where Srila Prabhupada writes that Shukadev Goswami has presented Srimad Bhagavatam in such a way that anybody, person of whatever class will be attracted to study Srimad Bhagavatam. And this section especially will be very attractive to the modern atheistic scientists. Yes, and the section's name is Hiranyakashipu planned to become immortal. Of course, Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. That is the section now. Somebody wanting to be immortal. Okay, let's try. I think probably did he succeed? Not succeed. What was the conclusion? At least people will try to come and read this particular section. And I also tried my best. I'll still try. Devotees, please appear. There is no problem. You all can do all your transcendental activities. You can carry on. There is no problem. But I still wish to see Nam, Rup, Guna, Leela. Everything. So please keep it on. Do whatever you want. There's no problem. But I feel involved because there's no audience in front of me. There's nobody. It's just me and all of you. So if there was live audience, then I wouldn't mind. But if there is no audience, how will I connect to devotees? Yeah. So I need live audience. A live audience. Hare Krishna. So we are here on the 7th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, shloka number 12. Very interesting shloka. This is having a very nice story also associated with it. We'll read the translation purport and then we'll discuss. Iti shushruma nirbandham tapah paramamastitah vidatsvanantaram yuktam swayam tribhuvaneshwara. Can somebody please help me with the translation?
O Lord, we have heard from reliable sources that in order to obtain your post, Hiranyakashipu is now engaged in severe austerity. You're the master of the three worlds. Please, without delay, take whatever steps you deem appropriate. Hare
Okay, thank you for the translation. Okay, so this is the statement of the demigods, and these demigods are trying to tell Brahma, Brahma, can't you see? Prabhu, see what is happening. Here is that guy Hiranyakashipu. What all words they use? We have heard from reliable sources. We did not dare to go near him. We heard from reliable sources that this guy Hiranyakashipu wants to obtain your post. Yes, he wants to become the next Brahma. Of course. Why are we so much worried about it? Because if he becomes the next Brahma, the first thing he will do is chuck all of us out. We'll all lose our job. This is a job security problem for all demigods. And not only we lose our job, we will also lose our home, we will lose our vehicles, we will lose everything that we use in Lord's service. Even wives, they have to give up everything. Yes, and demigods, this has happened many times. It's not that first time the demigods have been facing this situation. This situation happens very repeatedly, and they have tremendous enough experiences personally also, and also from the previous shastras, because not every time Indra is Indra. Indra is different also, right? So they've heard in shastras also, like these demigods are kicked out many times. So they have tremendous experience, and also they've heard many times that they were very insecure that we are going to lose. Let us tell you, we'll tell you what he's doing currently. Hiranyakashipu is right now doing tapasya, and not just any ordinary. The best tapasvi we all know is Bhrigu Muni. That's why even Krishna says, Maharshinam Bhriguraham, because rishis do a lot of austerities. And that greatest of all the austere rishis is Bhrigu. He holds the world record for the best tapasya. And this guy is doing something better than that. He's doing something much better. So we are really concerned. We are really insecure. Our position is under threat, not just ours, but even yours. So like this, the demigod's insecurity is coming out. And this is the nature of this world. No matter which portion of the universe we are in, if we are in this material world, we are going to have this insecurity. Yes, we are insecure basically about our job. We are insecure about many things. In fact, I heard a statement that in the Western world, many of you are in the Western world, when a man drives to his office, to his workplace, he's not sure if he's going to have a job. And when he drives back home, he's not sure whether his wife's going to be there. So much of insecurity is there. This is a sad reality of this material world. At any given point of time, there's so much of insecurity people experience. So now they are flattering Brahma also. You are the master of three worlds. See, you are the master. You are supposed to be there as Brahma. Don't let that guy come in. Please, without delay, immediately take proper steps and measures. What are the 6 anarthas? You can all type. I have muted all of you, so you cannot unmute. But sometimes some disturbances come, right? So you can definitely type. I have not, disabled chat. So please, what are the different anarthas? Let me hear it. And I'll give you an easy way to remember all anarthas. Don't worry, in the end, by which each and every one of us will be remembering the 6 anarthas. Okay, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Right, you're all given the Sanskrit names. Very good. In English, we can easily remember it by this word gap, lie. If you have these 6 things, there will be a gap between you and Krishna. There's a gap that lies between you and Krishna. G for greed, A for anger, P for pride. I'll type it. Anger, pride, lust, illusion, and envy. The gap lies between you and Krishna. So these are the 6 anarthas. So now, please tell me which of this anartha is being displayed by the demigods when they're making this statement to Brahma. Anyone? Which anartha is it? Oh my God, you're giving me all. There are varieties. All 6 anarthas have votes. Each of them have one vote. There is pride, envy, illusion, anger. Please decide one. I need a unanimous vote. Actually, they are not experiencing krodha. It is moha, illusion. Yes, it is illusion. So illusion manifests itself in 3 ways. Yeah, please, you can take a note down. I can even show it to you on a board. I will disable the scribbling so that we don't have many more painters. Disable chat. to disable this. I'm not able to disable. I guess we'll have some painters. Please don't paint anything. So this moha or illusion has three aspects. The first aspect is called ashoka, which is lamentation. And usually this is associated with the past. Oh, this happened in my life. I made this wrong decision. Yes, this was a bad mistake I committed, and people are not able to get over their past. Second is the moha itself, the illusion of the present. Now what is this illusion of the present? This is basically saying that this object can give me happiness right away. This is called as moha. Is what is Maya, right? This can give me happiness right here, right now. This is moha. The third aspect is bhaya, which is fear. Fear of future, or it can be also called as insecurity. And particularly the moha or the illusion, which is visible clearly in the statement of the demigods, is bhaya, this aspect of moha. So Bhagavatam categorizes moha itself into three parts: shoka, moha, and bhaya. Three aspects illusion is categorized. So this bhaya is something which is demonstrated by the demigods. And what exactly is this bhaya? You all were able to see the board? Good. There was one Mataji not able to see, I guess, Sujata Mataji. I hope you can see it on the YouTube later on. Okay. Why this bhaya comes in first place? If you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, Kavi Yogendra, he explains very nicely to Nimi Maharaj. He says, Bhayam dvitiya nibhivesha tatsyad ishadapetasya viparyayo asmritihi tanmayayato buddha abhajetam bhaktyai guru devatatma. So basically, this bhaya exists when we misidentify ourselves as a body because of absorption in Maya. And when we are absorbed in Maya, we forget that we are Krishna Das. We are actually servants of Krishna. We forget this fact. Correct? And when we forget this fact that we are Krishna Das, we are subjected to illusion of fear. Then we become fearful and insecure. We do not see that ultimately everything in this material world is orchestrated by the will, the supreme will of Krishna. We forget this fact. And that is when we fall into illusion. Okay. All right. Can we read the purport? I'll need another volunteer. Please read the section which I'm highlighting only. We'll go part by part. Yeah. Please read.
Prabhuji, others on unmute.
Okay. If somebody raises hands, we can allow them to read. Yes. Sudhakar Prabhuji. Go on. Please go on.
In the material world, a servant is provided for the master, but is always planning how to capture the master's post. There have been many instances of this in history, especially in India during the Mohammedan rule. Many servants, by plans and devices, took over the post of their masters.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So here we are able to find that servants in this world, everyone has servant master. This is called as henological arrangement of love. Scientific terminology is henological arrangement. So in this world, you will always find that there is one leader and there are some subordinates. Again, even those leaders are subordinate to somebody else. Even those leaders will be subordinate to someone else. So that's the kind of henological theory which is there, which exists in this world, that there are servants and masters. Somebody is a master for some people and somebody is a servant for some group of people. So this master and servant, this duality is there in this material world, which very much is there. And what is the nature of servant? Oh, the servant is greedy. He has the anartha of what? Greed. Because of this anartha of greed, he wants to become master. And what is the anartha that the master has? The anartha of master is that master has this bhaya. Oh, my subordinate will surpass me. He will overtake me and he will go above me. How many of you have some experience of this, or I am speaking to myself? Yes, this master servant, people are trying to go up the ladder, and the master is insecure. Anyone having experience? Okay, only one, I guess. Others are all not living in material world. They're all living already in spiritual world. You're logged in from spiritual world. Okay, some more guys joining me. Okay, this is very much there. Before Prabhupada goes to his classic example, let us see some examples. Like the famous example is Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb is called modern Kamsa because Kamsa also had imprisoned his father and become the king. Father was his master. Yes. So Ugrasen was the master and Kamsa was the subordinate. So when Kamsa did not agree to the terms of Ugrasen, he had Ugrasen captured as a slave in the prison, and he king, self-appointed king, because he had power, he had might, he had power, he had fan following, and all of this. So he became the king, and Ugrasen was in the prison. So the modern day Kamsa is Aurangzeb. It is said that he imprisoned his father Shah Jahan, and he killed 99 of his brothers to become the king. Yes, he became the king by killing, murdering 99 of his brothers to get the position, to ascend to the throne. There's another one, Alauddin Khilji. Famous because Prabhupada mentioned Mohammedan rule, I'm just mentioning. So Alauddin Khilji was actually another minister. He was a minister, a sort of commander in chief. But he killed his uncle Khilji and he became the ruler. So this is very common. The servant is by crooked means, he is planning, plotting, murdering, doing whatever, hook or crook, and becoming master. So this is the nature of this material world. This happens. Another famous example in Shastra we see, other than Kamsa, is Vrikasur. I don't know if you know Vrikasur. So Vrikasur was an asura who was worshipping Shiva, and Shiva was not manifesting. And because Shiva was not coming, so he was cutting his flesh and pouring his blood into the sacrifice to invoke Shiva's presence. And then when Shiva comes, he says, "My dear son, why are you doing such dangerous kind of austerities?" He says, "Well, I want a benediction that whosoever head I touch upon, that person's head should crack into 1,000 pieces and it should get, burnt. It should become ashes." He said, "All right, tathastu, fine. Please stop your austerity." And as soon as now Vrikasur was the so-called devotee, and Shiva is the master, servant, master. But as soon as he got the power, what he wanted to do? He wanted to finish the master and become the master. The whole ill intention of Vrikasur was he wanted to enjoy with Parvati. And that is why he wanted to eliminate Shiva. That was his intention. This tendency is there in this material world. But what happens with this tendency? There's a famous story that Prabhupada keeps telling. If you want to hear the story, please turn on your videos. Then I'll tell you the story. So, some way to, some pitch, it works. Okay. And please keep the videos on. Do not, leave me. Don't desert me. Please be there. All right. So Prabhupada tells a story that there was once a sage who was meditating very intensely. And there was a rat who came and took shelter of the sage. And the rat told the sage, he pleaded, see, Mr. Sage, there is this cat who is chasing me so badly. Please save my life. So sage asks, what do you need? The rat says, you make me a cat. Then I'll have no problem of, the cats. I'll have no fear for the cats. All right, you become a cat. So he blesses him with his tapobala, his austerity, power of austerity, and makes him into a cat. Make this rat into a cat. And the cat is happy, goes away. Again, the cat after some time comes to the sage. Oh, my dear sage, you just made me a cat. But then I'm being chased by dogs. So what do you want, Mr. Cat? He said, please make me into a dog so that I have no more fear of dogs. I said, all right, fine, you become a dog. This guy becomes a dog. Then after some time, again this dog comes to the sage. My dear sage. He said, what happened? He said, I'm being chased by the tiger. Please save me. He said, what do you want? He says, I want to become a tiger. All right, you become a tiger. So he makes him into a tiger. And as soon as this turns into a tiger, he starts looking at this sage. He starts showing his teeth. So the sage asks the tiger, oh, so you want to eat me? Tiger says, all right, become a rat again. Puna mushika bhava. That makes that person into a rat. And this is precisely what happens when a servant tries to take over the master. You try to, the servant is actually at the mercy of the master. Sometimes he may succeed, but if the master is powerful, then the master can actually take away all the perks, all the rights, all the powers and all the position associated with the servant and just bring him down to zero. Puna Mushika Bhava. Right? So we have to be very careful. There's a very interesting, very, very interesting story from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We can all hear the story of Subuddhi Rai. So it's very exciting. Please, those of you who have not heard, please hear. And those of you who have heard, please hear for more details. Please go ahead. Yeah, please go on. Her Grace Manjari Leela Devi Mati. Okay, please read. And Kiran Mati can read next.
Hare Krishna. It is learned from Chaitanya literature that one big zamindar, Subhuti Rai, kept a
Are you able to see it? Can you hear what Mataji is saying?
No, Prabhuji. Hare
Oh,
Krishna.
your voice is gone. Her Grace Manjari Leela Mataji, your voice is gone. We could hear you initially, but in the second part we couldn't hear. Okay, let Kiran Mataji try.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Danvat, yes.
It is learned from Chaitanya literature that one big zamidar, Subhuti Raya, kept a Mohammedan boy as a servant. Of course, he treated the boy as his own child, and sometimes when the boy would steal something, the master would chastise him by striking him with a cane. There was a mark on the boy's back from this chastisement. Later, after that boy had by crooked means become Hussain Shah, Nawab of Bengal, one day his wife saw the mark on his back and inquired about it. The Nawab replied that in his childhood, he had been a servant of Subhuti Raya, who had punished him because of some mischievous activities. Upon hearing this, the Nawab's wife immediately became agitated and requested her husband to kill Subhuti Raya. Nawab Hussain Shah, of course, was very grateful to Subhuti Raya and therefore refused to kill him. But when his wife requested him to turn Subhuti Raya into a Mohammedan, the Nawab agreed. Taking some water from his water pot, he sprinkled it upon Subhuti Raya and declared that Subhuti Raya had now become a Mohammedan. The point is that this Nawab had been an ordinary menial servant of Subhuti Raya, but was somehow or other able to occupy the supreme post of Nawab of Bengal. This is the material world. Everyone is trying to become a master through various devices, although everyone is servant of his senses. Following this system, a living entity, although servant of his senses, tries to become master of the whole universe. Hiranyakashipu, Haribo.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Anybody wants to know what happens next to Subhuti Rai? If you're interested to know, please turn on your videos. Some way to turn on everyone's video. If you're interested to know what happens, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll let you know what happens. So Subhuti Rai becomes a Muslim because that's how many of the conversions happened in those times, 500 years back. When the Muslims used to sprinkle water on the Hindus, they become Muslims. Today we listen to this, it's very funny. It's very funny, but that was a very serious affair in those days. And that's how many of the Muslims remained also in that area, tract of Bengal and Bangladesh. Subhuti Rai then goes to the Brahmanas and he asks the Brahmanas that I have somehow been made into a Muslim. Is there any way that I can become a Hindu again or a Sanatani again? Brahmana says, yes, there's a way. He says, come on, please tell me, I'll take notes. Please tell me. They say, please go to get a cow, have the cow get milk the cow and make it into curd, and from curd extract, make it into butter and then make it into ghee, the finest product of a cow, ghee. Okay. Collect sufficient amount of ghee, and he's very interested, he's noting it down, and then heat the ghee Heat the ghee very well. Heat it nicely. Heat it to, very high temperature. Yes. And then drink it. So they were indirectly telling him to die. There's no other way. No, what to do? Samudrai. He didn't have any solution. So he goes to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu tells Subudhirai that you don't have to do anything. Just go to Vrindavan. Number one, take shelter of the holy Dham. Number two, in Dham, take shelter of the holy Naam. Holy Naam. Naam means name. Holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And number three, give service to the Vaishnavas, especially the Bengali Vaishnavas who come there. Give service to the Bengali Vaishnavas. Because what happens in Braj, we have rotis, Braj rotis. That's a staple diet. On the other hand, the Bengali Vaishnavas are accustomed to eating rice. Rice is easily digestible. But on the other hand, rotis are quite heavy to digest in meal. So Bengali Vaishnavas are not very much accustomed to eating rotis. As per the Shastras, one is supposed to eat what grows in that particular tract of land. Whatever grows there, you just eat. That's what is the right way of having the diet. So the Bengali Vaishnavas are not able to digest that the rotis. So definitely they'll face some gastric issues. So you please make some nice medicine and keep feeding to the Bengali Vaishnavas. So do these three things: stay in Vrindavan Dham, chant the holy name, render Vaishnav Seva, and you'll go back home back to Godhead. Haribol! Again, coming back to the point. The point was this guy, this Mohammedan boy was nothing but he was a servant. He was a very menial servant. But you can see how this guy, a menial servant, with his crooked ways and wits, he could reach the position of Nawab of Bengal. Yes, Nawab of Bengal. Nawab Hussain Shah. Oh. So the material world is designed. Now let's see the example. The last line of the purport, and then we discuss. After this discussion, the class will begin. This was just introductory session. The class will begin after this. The last line, I'll read it myself. Hiranyakashipu was a typical example of this, and Brahma was informed by the demigods of his intentions. So Hiranyakashipu personified this propensity of beating down the master and becoming the Supreme Lord. Yes, he wanted to become the Supreme Lord. In fact, later, after he attains his prowess, later on you will see that Hiranyakashipu goes to Vaikuntha Lok. He goes there, and Vaikuntha Lok, he finds it vacant. This is not Vaikuntha, this is vacant Lok, not Vaikuntha Lok. There is nobody here. As per my Google Maps, I could see that the address which was given of Vishnu is here. But I don't find Vaikuntha Pati here, this is vacant Pati. And Vishnu is right in front of his eyes, but Hiranyakashipu, because of his sinful tendencies, his lustful propensities, his impious deeds, was not able to see the Lord face to face. He couldn't see the Lord because he was not qualified to see the Lord. He was going to see another form of Lord later on. Right? So he declares in the WhatsApp group very openly and boldly that this is to inform all of you that Vishnu is dead and I am the new Supreme Personality of Godhead. He does this. What an impudence, what an audacity to declare the Lord to be dead and himself to be the new Supreme Lord. And please chant my holy names, Bhagavan Hiranyakashipu. This is how I need to be addressed, and you all are supposed to chant my holy names. That is your sadhana. And I will take you back to my abode. Oh my Lord. So he became very, very impudent. That's what happened. We will see this. So let us just analyze Hiranyakashipu. Now, I would like to ask all of you a question. Hiranyakashipu was practically the Lord of the universe for the kind of austerities he performed. But was he happy? Please put your answer in the chat. Was he happy? Yes, no. If yes, why? And if no, why not? Please put that also. Come on, you're all saying no. Hear everything. Hear everything that we can't even imagine. We can't dream of. Yes. All material elements belong to him in this particular universe. Why he was not happy? He was not happy because of one reason. His senses were uncontrolled. That's it. Nirjitakakub ekarat vishayan priyan yatopajosham bunjano atripyan ajitendriya. The Shastras, the Bhagavatam, this is 7th canto Bhagavatam, 4th chapter, 19th verse. This says, Atripyan ajitendriya. Atripyan, he didn't have that satisfaction. He had external achievement, but no inner fulfillment. That inner fulfillment wasn't there. But the external accomplishments were there with him. He is the master of the 3 worlds, but no inner fulfillment. Atripyan ajitendriya, because he had not controlled his senses. He remained a servant of his senses. That's why Hiranya Kashipu. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means soft bed, which refers to artha and kama, economic development and sense enjoyment, especially the sexual enjoyment. This is Hiranyakashipu tendency. He wanted to take the position of Krishna. There is yet another class of people who want to take the position of Krishna. They are servants, but they imagine themselves to be masters. Can you give that categorization of people? It's a quiz for all of you. What category is that? Who are these category of people? Let me see who gets it first. Okay. Fake gurus. Balabhadra, Kripa Prabhu, where are you? I'm not okay. You're moving. You're on the you're in motion. Some fake gurus. Oh, they imagine themselves to be God. Gyanis, yogis, who feel they're as equal to Krishna in devotion. They're called Mayavadis. So all these people you're mentioning, yes, they all artificially think. Danda dharena matrena nara narayano bhavit. They say just by accepting a sannyas, Nara, which is a man, becomes Narayan. He becomes a supreme lord. And they even have the courage, they have the audacity to greet each other, Namo Narayanai. Yeah, that's how Mayavadi people address each other. Namo Narayanai. My offer obeisances to Narayan, who's in front of me. And they would return the obeisances. Namo Narayanai. You're also Narayan. I am God. You're God. Everyone's God. So there was a very funny billboard which I read this is when I was working in company. When I was working in company, by going to office, I read a very funny billboard. It was very funny. I couldn't stop myself but laugh. I just stopped my vehicle and started laughing so badly. The billboard read, "Become God in 7 days. Only rupees 999." They just scored it off and made only rupees 100. So you please, in 7 days, in 100 rupees, you can become God. And they'd given a phone number below. It was so funny. They've written a phone number. Please contact us immediately to confirm your registration and subscription to become God. And Prabhupada would often say, if there's somebody who's God, why would he need competition? Why would you want to create gods? Yes. So, such kind of people want to take Krishna's position. This is Hiranyakashipu tendency to take the position of the supreme position. This is very common. Now, in today's world, we don't find Hiranyakashipu directly, but we find mini Hiranyakashipus, the tendency. And this happens at workplace. Many of you are work goers, you go to work. Yes. Now in company, there's an employee who is diligently working, but others don't want to let that person progress. They go and tell the ears of the bosses, this guy spoke this about you. And then the bosses said, really? Did he do that? Well, I'll demote him. I will not give him promotion. Even the bosses are insecure about their position when they see some talented employees under them. Talented subordinates. They say, oh, he will surpass me. He will go ahead. I've seen some people, right? I've seen some people who actually, in order to get back to the boss, they do some higher degree, some higher study courses, return back to the same organization to prove, oh, yesterday you were my boss, and today I am your boss, and you are das. Just to do that. When Srila Prabhupada was in Japan, so that time he did give a program, and then finally there was one Japanese gentleman who remained in the program. So Prabhupada said, let me interact with him. And the best way to understand the intelligence or the quality of a life a person lives is to understand what goals that person has. So Prabhupada asked him, what is the goal of your life? And this person didn't speak anything. Yes, of course, Prabhupada also didn't know Japanese. Hajime mashite. He didn't know Japanese. And that person also probably knew English. So he just pulled out a stack of business cards. And he just indicated, this is my business card, which is in the bottom. And he just took out his business card and put it on the top. and tapped it, indicating that right now I'm in the lowest rung in the business field and I want to be at the top, the boss, the master. Hare Krishna. These things exist in this material world, but let me tell you something which can even come into our devotee sangha. Yes, this can come in our devotee sangha as well. Once what happened, there was a person, a newcomer. A newcomer came to one of these temples, and the devotees in the guest reception, they just welcome this newcomer. Oh, please come. Thank you so much for coming to our temple. How may we serve you? He said, I want to render some service. So he wanted to serve. That was his intention. And the devotee said, yes, there are ample of services available. Please come, we'll show you. So there were some devotees making garlands for the Lord. They said, this service is available. They went ahead. He went ahead. He saw the pujari is doing puja. He went ahead. He saw the prasadam being served. He saw the chappal stand, the devotees in the footwear stand, serving the Vaishnavas very nicely. He saw the gift shop service. And finally, he said, well, these are all services. That's fine. But I want to do that service. And the devotee said, which service? That one. He pointed. He pointed to the Vyasasan where the speaker was sitting and giving the class. That is the service that I wanted to do. So there is a tendency in all of us that we want services which take the spotlight, the limelight, and which will, we restore our self-importance. That's why we render service. Sometimes we are brought by a particular preacher in Krishna consciousness. And after spending some years, we read a little more Prabhupada books. We know a little more shlokas. We know some more pastimes in Acharya's Leelas. And we say, oh, now I know more than this preacher. Now I should become the head of preaching and this person should serve under me because I know more than him. A tendency to surpass the preacher may come. Yes. The other thing that may happen is a person may be in management. And we say, oh, my seniors are all transcendental devotees. Transcendental? Use this word often. Oh, these seniors are all, he's a transcendental fellow. Transcendental devotee. I don't want to listen to him. He doesn't know how to manage. You give me the keys of the temple and I will manage the temple very beautifully. Yes, so give it to me. I will manage the temple. And I'll become the temple president. I'll become the com. I'll become the committee member. These kind of tendencies exist. Some people serve for post and position. Some say that, oh, I'm willing to get this land or this property under ISKCON's name, provided you make me temple president. You make me temple president, yes, the authority, the boss, and I'll get this land under ISKCON. Otherwise, I won't. It's conditioned devotional service. Conditional devotional service. Oh, is it devotional service? I don't know. But it's very conditional. When we talk about bhakti, it should be unconditional. Yes, that's what satisfies the self. What does the Bhagavatam say? 1.2.6. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje. Ahaituki apratihata yayatama suprasidati. Ahaituki means without any condition. It's without any ulterior motives. Some do that. Another people may come and say, oh, this is a great donor. He's a very good donor for our temple. I'm willing to get this donor. Give a huge sum of donation to our temple, provided you make me the head of department. You make me a com member. I become member of vice president's board, etc. People have a lot of vague ideas like this. This is not bhakti. There is also a tendency to beat the superior, which may creep into the sweet realm of Krishna consciousness. It can come in, right? I'd like to ask you a question now. Let's do a small activity, right? Ready? This activity, it will be preferable if you turn on your videos. I'll tell you why later, but it'll be nice if you can. If you can. All right. I want all of you to close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Thank you. And I want all of you to think of one devotee whom you love, respect, trust the most. That one devotee comes to your mind. Once it happens, just give me a thumbs up and keep your thumbs up. Okay. Some of them are still trying to figure out who's the devotee. Okay, anyways, thank you. So most of you got the devotee. Thank you so much. You all could think of one devotee like that. It's great. It's great fortune in all of our lives to have such a devotee whom we love, we respect, we trust. Yes? Good. Now the second question that I want to ask all of you is, now I want you all to type and participate. I'm not going to ask the name of the devotee. No. Why exactly do you respect that devotee? Please type it. And if it's one word, Few words, it's fine. Please don't give me paragraphs and I understand that you're really grateful to the devotee, but please restrict yourself to just one word or one or two words. Why exactly do you love, respect, or trust the devotee? Okay, I'll read out the answers. Meanwhile, you all can just first put the answers. And once we have a sufficient stack of answers, then I'll read. Okay, good, good. We'll have another 15 seconds. Ideally, I want to see all the number of participants, that many answers should be there. Only then I'll get a confirmation that you're all alert, awake, and alive. Thank you. So we got good answers, substantial answers. Let's read. Achar Prachar means he practices what he preaches. Good. Discipline, humility, commitment, loving nature, selflessness. Prabhupada Anuga just follows Prabhupada. Honest. He serves in bhakti, integrity, enthusiastic, caring. Okay. Otherwise, open-minded, pure, kind, inspirational person, a well-wisher, dedication, humble. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I'm surprised. None of you wrote that I love this person because he's temple president. I love this person because he's a GBC. I love this person because he's an initiating spiritual master. I love this person because he's a sannyasi. I love this person because he's brahmachari or grihastha or vanaprastha. These are all titles. They're all posts. And none of you loved, respected, or trusted that person because of their post, position, etc. You have that feeling, love, care, trust, and relationship with them for their basically three things. Number one is their spiritual qualities. Number two, for their practice of Krishna consciousness. Because one of the answers said, just because he's a devotee, I love him. That's it. He's a Krishna Bhakta. Yes, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataiva Shanta. I'm just loving him because he's a devotee of Krishna. And third is service attitude. Quality, the practice of Krishna consciousness consistently, and third is the service attitude. That's how I would categorize all of your answers. These are the three things that I observed. So we need to understand that spiritual influence on people's lives are much beyond these temporary posts and positions which come today and are gone tomorrow. They may not be with us. Correct? These are the ones, so these qualities what you mentioned is something that actually creates a spiritual influence over people, where we have the potency and tendency to engage others and inspire others in their Krishna consciousness lifelong. Correct? We should not have the wrong scripts in our mind that, oh, I need post, position, I want to beat down people. No, that is not. What is going to really serve us lifelong in our life, whether it be the material life or spiritual life? It's a universal principle, is our dedication and commitment to service. Correct? Let's all remember. Let's all remember why we came to ISKCON. Can you all please share with me why you came to ISKCON? Please type. Go back to that time. Now you're a new devotee, new bhakta. New bhakta. Why did we come to ISKCON? For purification of heart, to selflessly serve God, to become a humble devotee, to associate with devotees, yes, to learn how to love Krishna. Great. To take shelter of God, to understand purpose of life. Very good. Very good. So you all came to ISKCON, we all came to ISKCON with very ideal reasons. Yes. But somehow, when we do not practice the sadhana bhakti properly, As Rupa Goswami explains, that when we don't water the Bhakti Lata Bij properly, there are Anya Abhilasha Bij which are watered, and we get the perverted desires in Bhakti. So this is something which we should not have. That is why there has to be one prayer always that seeds are chanting. That prayer is from the 4th verse of Shikshashtakam. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmani ishware bhavatad bhaktirahetuki tvai. So this prayer should be there. It's very clear. We are here not for dhanam, not for money. Janam, no, we are not here for followers. Sundarim, we are surely not here for any kind of for at getting favor from the opposite gender. And Kavitam va Jagadishakam. Neither are we for praises and appreciation of others. Mama Janmani Janmani Ishwari. Life after life after life. We simply want to serve. That's it. And the best thing of the Society of International Krishna Consciousness, Society for Krishna Consciousness, is we have ample opportunity to serve. There we don't have to be insecure that if, oh, I come, my service will go, this devotee comes in. No, we all have tremendous, a lot of opportunity, a lot of scope, a lot of avenues for serving. So we don't have to worry at all. All right. Right. So we'll just quickly summarize what we saw today. First, we discussed about the bhaya of the demigods, the insecurity in the heart of demigods. Then we discussed various examples of how the servant has surpassed the master. But we also discussed the principle that if the servant tries to surpass the master in one point of time, there is another servant who will surpass you. At the same time, what happens? Puna mushika bhava, become a rat again. If your master becomes upset with you, you're going to become a rat again. Then we saw how Hiranyakashipu was unhappy because of uncontrolled senses engaged in Krishna's service. He wanted to be the lord of that he service. Yeah. Then we saw the tendencies of being a master which may exist in bhakti. And finally, we saw that it is actually the Krishna conscious qualities, Krishna conscious sadhana, and Krishna conscious seva that actually inspires us in a person, and not the post position that a person holds. Right? So this is something that we saw, and we saw the right prayer which we need to offer before we do our japa. So that we don't water the anya bijas, the other tendencies, we just water the bhakti lata bij, and our bhakti grows and not the weeds. So with this words, I would like to seek prayers of all the devotees, prayers and blessings, that may I not aspire for anything else other than pure devotion service in my service to all the Vaishnavas, Guru and Hari. So with this, I would like to conclude and would like to open the forum for any questions, comments, queries, anything. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Very beautiful class, Prabhu. Very beautiful story of Subhuti Rai and very beautiful class, Prabhu. So many, Muslim names, Kilaji and whatnot. Prabhu, I know a little bit of Japanese. King Changpai.
Oh, dozo.
Yes, Prabhu, I actually didn't know. Haribol. Just joking, Prabhuji. Prabhu, so many hands raised already, Prabhuji. With your permission, we will go to the question answer session.
Yes, surely we can.
Shri Isha Upanishad Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. She's a very regular devotee, Prabhuji.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Her name is so beautiful. Shri Isha Upanishad Mataji.
I'm
Hare Krishna
muted all,
Mataji.
sorry. I'm really
Oh,
sorry.
you
I'll
have
be
muted all,
unmuted.
Prabhuji. Okay, no problem.
No, because what happens, we get background music in between
Oh,
the
I
class.
see.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
I was
Mataji.
saying, I was muted. Thank you so very much for engaging us in this wonderful service of putting our cameras on and participating. What was the first question that you asked for us to be? You asked, was it something that I missed the first question. I wanted to write it down so I can use this as a good example to engage.
Definitely. To engage. The first question I asked was close your eyes and remember the devotee who you love, respect, and trust.
Jai. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for your association. It's very valuable. Please keep joining us. Vasundhara Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So I think you have to unmute. Okay,
Hare,
perfect.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams to you. Prabhuji, we're speaking about three elements of illusion, moha. One is the lamentation, second is illusion itself, third is fear. I just wanted to understand because I lost what you spoke about why fear comes in, why fear creeps in. Because this is something I experienced, Prabhu. I mean, I know that I'm falling short of sadhana. I lack a long way to go ahead, but still, I want to understand why fear creeps in for sadhakas like us. Though we understand, though we have the knowledge of at least most of the things that we need to kind of, reach the goal. But still, there is a whole lot of fear that creeps in my mind, Prabhuji. So, do please help me. How do we get over this fear? What is lacking in me that this fear creeps in? Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, the Shastras, whenever they speak something, see, there are three kinds of causes. There's an immediate cause, there's a remote cause, and there is an ultimate cause. So whenever the Shastras hit, they strike at the ultimate, the root. So they uproot the problem from its roots. So if you read, I've put it in the chat for all the devotees, 11.2.37. Right? So this particular shloka gives a clear indication to all of us that we are fearful. I'll give the answer that the Bhagavatam gives and I'll elaborate a little bit, which I already did before. We are fearful because we are forgetful of Krishna. We are Krishna unconscious. This is the root cause of fear. Okay, what are we fearful about? We are fearful about the future. What's going to happen to me in the future? In simple words, right? What's going to happen next? I don't know. And that the fear of the unknown, we say, right? Fear of the future, uncertainty, insecurity. These all things create the bhaya for all of us. Now, a Krishna conscious devotee, if you read the Ishopanishad, the verses number 6 and 7, please read that. So that section explains that how a devotee sees Krishna in everything and everything in Krishna. Even Krishna says this in 6.30. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami na cha me na pranashyati. If you can see Krishna in everything and everything in me, and everything in Krishna, then we will not be fearful. And if we are not able to see Krishna in everything and everything in Krishna, we should approach the devotees of Krishna who will show us the hand of Krishna in that situation. So the situation is brought about by Krishna only ultimately, because he is Sarva Karana Karanam. So when we forget this, that it's ultimately Krishna who has given me this, then we become fearful. I hope that answers. So our misidentification with the body and forgetting Krishna's position is something that actually brings fear. I guess she has a follow-up question. Should we?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji. I was not talking about the fear of insecurity or fear of, from the materialistic perspective. What I was saying that, the fear, not even of unknown, Prabhuji. We know that life after life, right? So, obviously, I know the goal of sadhaka like me will definitely be aspirational. And the fear of getting back again entangled in this materialistic kind of cycle of birth and death. After knowing all this, again, yes, that fear creeps in. I know, I mean, when I'm saying this, I know where I fall short, definitely. But still, every step I have this fear. So how to get over this A? B is that, is it required to be fearful? I mean, we know that, yes, Krishna is seeing us, he knows what kind of sadhanas we are like practicing, etc., right? So how important is that for a sadhaka to be fearful? I mean, you understood. I hope I made
I
it
got the
clear,
point.
Prabhuji. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Hare Krishna.
There are two types of fear. One is healthy fear, second is unhealthy fear. Prabhupada mentions of this many times. And the healthy fear, we should have a healthy fear of Maya. But we should not have so much unhealthy fear that we don't even start the process of bhakti. I'm so fearful. I'm not even start my bhakti.
Got it. Yeah.
I'm doubting again and again. I'll just complete. Yeah. So the fear of Maya means we should be fearful before committing a sinful activity, understanding its grave consequences. We so much hear the Shastras, we so much read books, Prabhupada, we hear so many lectures of what happens to a person who commits sinful deeds, right? We know that. So that is called healthy fear. This is required. So I'm first answering your second question. On the other hand, what is the unhealthy fear? Unhealthy fear is a person is unnecessarily. Can I show you a video?
Yes, please.
Yes, one minute.
But is it on YouTube?
No, it's not on YouTube. I know. We have
Prabhuji's
rules. It's
personal
not on
channel.
YouTube. I'm having a video. Yeah. Don't worry. It's not on YouTube. It's a video that I've downloaded. Okay, I'll share the video. You all can watch.
Providence.
Okay, go ahead in life and have full faith in God. Okay, you all saw the video. So this is called unhealthy fear. Okay, so this is called as unhealthy fear, which is again because of lack of faith in God. So Bhagavatam, when we talk about discuss fear, it's usually the unhealthy fear. So now having faith, now I address the first question. Will my sadhana take me back to God? Will I go back to God? I don't want 4 hands, but at least I should not get 4 legs. This is the kind of fear that one person may have. I don't want 4 legs anymore. 4 hands, I don't need 4 legs. No. So that's when we hear statements, we should have faith in Krishna's words. When Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 40th verse, Neha vikramana sosti, pratyavayona vidyate, swalpamapyasya dharmasya, prayate mahato bhayat. He's very clear. So we should have such faith, and that faith will develop when we hear from faithful devotees and render services. When we develop that faith in the state friends of Krishna, we don't have to worry. We do our part. So we don't care about result. See, it's very simple. If we lifelong chant 16 rounds, follow the 4 regulative principles, and don't leave the association of devotees, that's this one moment, we'll go back to God. Prabhupada has assured it many times. And that simple faith comes when we associate with faithful devotees. Right? I would like to proceed ahead with last question.
Disha Mataji. Hari bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Danvat Pranam. Prabhu, I have a question that Prabhupada used to say, Prabhu, that we couldn't go to another planets, no, Prabhu, with this body. Then this scientist and they go na, Prabhu, then they are going in another world, or really they were going to moon only, or it is only in the outer surface which they land, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. See, I'll just give, so it's a huge paper I can discuss with you. I like such scientific discussions, but I'll make it very brief and in a layman's language I'll try to speak. Okay. So Prabhupada very clearly said that to go to higher planets, you need, see, you want to go to higher planets, you need good karma, which comes by pious activities. You need to be a Sukritatma. Right? Without this, you cannot go to higher planets. Then where are the scientific experiment leading us? There are many reasons mentioned there. So now this is our planet. We are here. For example, we are here, and this is the higher planet. So we need to understand that the higher planets or the higher dimensional planets. So these are higher dimensional planets. Got it? So ours is 3D. I request others to please kindly mute their microphones. We have 3-dimensional world. So these are higher dimensional worlds. They may have even 64D, 40, whatever, 108D, whatever dimension they have, right? So how is it that 3D person can perceive the higher dimension? Now I want to ask a question. Do we appreciate the architectural marvels of some buildings, palace? Do we appreciate? We do. But can ant appreciate that? Ant may see it, but may not be able to appreciate because he doesn't have the sufficient intelligence to appreciate. So it is not a higher being. So I'll give a very simple example now. Suppose there is a ground. Okay, this is a ground. Krishna. Yeah, just 1 minute. Yeah, this is the ground, the floor. Okay, and above is actually a pot that is hanging. There's a pot, and this is pot of sugar. All right, the pot of sugar is there on the top, and the ant is traveling here. There's an ant which is moving here. Now this ant has no way to reach this top. It cannot. But because of light, there's a source of light here. Okay, there's a bulb, which we usually call it like this in scientific terms. Yeah, there's a bulb, and because of the bulb's light, there is some reflection. Sorry, a shadow of this particular object which falls on the ground. So ant may reach the shadow of the pot, correct? But ant may not be able to reach the pot. So ant thinks that it has reached the pot by going to the shadow of the pot. This journey is not possible. Yes, this is not possible. But this is possible. So the ant reaching this particular projection of this pot thinks it has reached the pot. Similarly, there are 3D projections of higher dimensional planets also. And the scientific research is actually observing or handling and dealing with the 3D projection of the higher dimensional planets. I would not want to discuss this any further. Those who understood, very nice. Those who have not understood, please chant Hare Krishna. Thank you. I'll have to move ahead.
Very clear, Prabhu. Very beautiful answer. Actually, it was very clear. And we also can see, Prabhu, sometimes, dogs smelling and we can't smell. They can smell something. So there are different dimensions, different waves and different. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhuji, there is, I think, one last hand raised from Rupam Prabhuji or Mataji, sorry.
Okay, it's time for me actually. I have a meeting
now.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, you said it earlier. So, dear devotees, as Prabhuji has to leave, we all know Prabhuji has so many services other than this. So, thank you for staying on the call, dear devotees. Thank you for switching on your videos. This is the only thing we can offer to Prabhuji, actually. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Bhagavatam ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki very dear and lovely His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu ji ki
Thank you for another wonderful class.
Hari